Bigfoot is a name known by many people around the world. It describes a large, hairy creature. This creature is said to look like an ape. It is believed to live in forests, mainly in North America, especially the Pacific Northwest. People also call Bigfoot by other names. Sasquatch is a very common name for this creature. The mystery of Bigfoot is not new, it is quite old. People have wondered about it for a very long time. For many years, people have reported seeing Bigfoot. These sightings often happen unexpectedly. They can be quite startling for those who experience them. Such encounters leave people with many questions. They wonder if this amazing creature is truly real, or perhaps they think it is only a story passed down through generations. Many fascinating stories about Bigfoot exist. These stories fuel the ongoing debate and curiosity surrounding its existence. This essay will take a closer look at the Bigfoot phenomenon. We will explore the history of Bigfoot sightings. We will try to understand why so many people believe in its existence. The evidence that supporters present will be examined. This includes footprints, hair samples, and eyewitness reports. We will also discuss the doubts and criticisms from the scientific community. The search for Bigfoot is a fascinating journey into the unknown. The mystery surrounding Bigfoot is very deep and captivating. It has a strong hold on our collective imagination. It encourages us to ask important questions about our world. What other undiscovered creatures might be out there? What secrets do the vast, unexplored forests still hold? This creature makes us think about the limits of our knowledge. Let us now begin our exploration into the world of Bigfoot. Long before modern people reported seeing Bigfoot, there were ancient stories. The indigenous peoples of North America told these tales. They spoke of giant, hairy beings. These beings were said to roam the deep forests and high mountains. They were often described as powerful and mysterious creatures. In some traditions, these forest giants were respected figures. In other traditions, they were beings to be feared by humans. These native legends are very old indeed. They have been passed down through many generations. They come from a wide variety of different tribes across the continent. For instance, the St. Isles people who live in British Columbia, Canada, have stories of Saskets. It is from this very name that the term Sasquatch is derived. These ancient stories describe creatures remarkably similar to the modern idea of Bigfoot. They are a significant and cherished part of their cultural heritage. The first written reports of Bigfoot-like creatures by non-native people came much later. Explorers, traders, and early settlers in North America heard these indigenous tales. Some of these newcomers even claimed to have their own encounters or see strange signs. A notable early account comes from 1811. David Thompson, a respected Canadian geographer and fur trader, found very large, unusual footprints in the snow. This discovery was made near the headwaters of the Athabasca River in the Rocky Mountains. He was puzzled by what kind of creature could have made them. In the 1920s, a Canadian schoolteacher and Indian agent named J.W. Burns played a key role. He collected many stories about Sasquatch from indigenous communities. He wrote articles about these accounts for newspapers and magazines. Through his writings, he helped to bring the name Sasquatch to a much wider English-speaking audience. These early accounts and the work of people like Burns set the stage. They laid the foundation for the modern mystery of Bigfoot that continues to intrigue us today. One of the most famous pieces of evidence related to Bigfoot is a short motion picture. This film is widely known as the Patterson-Gimlin film. It was shot by Roger Patterson and his friend Bob Gimlin in the year 1967. The filming took place in a remote area called Bluff Creek. This location is in Northern California. The film clearly shows a large, dark, hairy figure walking upright across a sandbar. The creature depicted in the film walks away from the camera. It moves with a distinct, fluid gait. At one point, it turns its head and upper body to look back towards Patterson and Gimlin. Its movements appear remarkably natural and unhurried. For many individuals who saw the footage, this film served as compelling proof. They became convinced that Bigfoot was a real, living animal. The film generated enormous public interest. It quickly became an iconic image in the world of Bigfoot research. Scientists and researchers have studied the Patterson-Gimlin film extensively for many decades. Some experts who have analyzed it believe it genuinely shows an unknown species of primate. They often point to the apparent muscle movement visible beneath the creature's fur. They also argue that the specific way it walks, its gait, would be very difficult for a human to fake convincingly. The proportions of its body also seem different from human proportions. However, many skeptics hold a different view. They believe the film shows a human being wearing a costume. They argue that it could be an elaborate hoax designed to fool people. Despite numerous detailed analyses and ongoing debates, no final, universally accepted conclusion has been reached. The Patterson-Gimlin film remains one of the most controversial pieces of footage ever captured. It is a crucial element in the Bigfoot story. It continues to keep the discussion and the search alive. A great number of people around the world believe in the existence of Bigfoot. There are many different reasons that contribute to this strong belief. One of the most significant reasons is personal experience. Some individuals claim that they have personally seen Bigfoot with their own eyes. Others report hearing strange, unidentifiable sounds in remote wooded areas, sounds they attribute to the creature. These direct personal experiences can be incredibly powerful and convincing for those who have them. Culture and folklore also play a very important role in shaping belief in Bigfoot. Stories about wild men, forest giants, or hairy humanoids exist in many cultures worldwide. Bigfoot can be seen as the North American version of this ancient archetype. These kinds of stories seem to tap into something fundamental within the human psyche. They often speak of a deep connection to the natural world. They remind us of the wildness that still exists, or that we wish still exists, beyond our civilized spaces. The idea of discovering a large, previously unknown animal species is incredibly exciting to many. In an age where our planet seems so thoroughly mapped and scientifically understood, Bigfoot offers a tantalizing possibility. Finding concrete proof of Bigfoot would be an astonishing scientific discovery. It would demonstrate that significant mysteries still remain hidden in the world around us. This enduring hope keeps many people searching for the creature. It strongly fuels their belief in its reality. For some individuals, Bigfoot represents a powerful symbol of freedom and wildness. It is envisioned as a creature that lives completely outside the constraints of human society and its rules. It is entirely wild, untamed, and self-sufficient. This image of a free spirit of the wilderness is very appealing to many. Believing in Bigfoot can be a way for people to feel a connection with nature. It can also be a means to question the completeness of our current knowledge and understanding of the world. Section 5 tracks, hairs and tails, the evidence for Sasquatch. People who are convinced that Bigfoot is a real creature often point to various forms of evidence. Large, unexplained footprints are the most commonly reported type of physical evidence. These tracks are typically very large in size. They are significantly bigger than the footprints of any known North American animal, including human beings. They often show a unique shape, being broad and long. Some of these tracks clearly show 5 toes, similar to human feet, but much larger and wider. Thousands of these mysterious footprints have been discovered over the years. They have been found in many different locations across North America. Researchers often make plaster casts of these tracks to preserve them for study. Some of the best footprint casts reportedly show fine details. These details can include dermal ridges, which are like the fingerprint patterns on the soles of the feet. Proponents argue that such intricate details would be very difficult to fake. They suggest these prints were made by a real, living animal. Hair samples are another form of physical evidence, sometimes presented by Bigfoot researchers. People occasionally find unusual hairs snagged on branches or fences in areas where Bigfoot sightings have occurred. Sometimes these collected hair samples are sent to laboratories for analysis. In most cases, these hairs are eventually identified as belonging to known animals. Common sources include bears, deer, elk, coyotes, or even domestic dogs. However, a small number of samples have remained unidentified by conventional analysis. Some researchers believe these could potentially be genuine Bigfoot hair. Eyewitness accounts are also a very important component of the evidence for Bigfoot. A vast number of people from all walks of life have reported seeing Bigfoot. These first-hand reports come from almost every state in the United States and province in Canada. These accounts, when gathered and compared, often describe a remarkably similar creature. It is typically described as being very tall, covered in dark hair, and having ape-like features. For believers, the consistency across these numerous independent stories paints a compelling picture. This consistency is seen as significant support for Bigfoot's existence. Section 6. Science weighs in. The skeptical viewpoint. Mainstream science generally maintains a skeptical stance regarding the existence of Bigfoot. Scientists typically require very strong, conclusive physical proof before accepting the existence of a new species. For a creature like Bigfoot, this would mean obtaining a body, either living or deceased. Alternatively, clear fossil remains, such as bones or definitive DNA evidence, would be needed. So far, this kind of concrete, verifiable proof has not been presented to the scientific community. Without it, Bigfoot remains in the realm of mystery and folklore, not accepted biological fact. This lack of definitive proof is a major hurdle for those who believe. Scientists often point out potential problems with the types of evidence that are commonly presented. For example, footprints can be faked by hoaxers. They can also be misidentified tracks of known animals, such as bears, whose tracks can sometimes look unusual. The natural process of weathering, like melting snow or eroding soil, can also alter the appearance of tracks. This can make an ordinary animal track look much larger or stranger than it originally was. These factors make footprint evidence less certain and reliable for many scientists who demand rigorous standards. Hair samples have also largely failed to convince the scientific community. Most of the hair samples submitted for analysis over the years have been identified. They usually turn out to belong to common animals found in North American forests. The few samples that remain unidentified are often problematic. They might be too degraded to provide useful information, or they may lack sufficient DNA material for a proper and conclusive genetic analysis. To date, no hair sample has definitively proven the existence of a new primate species in North America. This is a key argument raised by skeptics. Eyewitness accounts, while numerous and often compelling to believers, are generally considered anecdotal evidence by scientists. Human memory can be unreliable and prone to errors. People can misinterpret what they see, especially in brief, unexpected, or stressful situations. Factors like poor lighting, distance, excitement, or fear can significantly alter a person's perception and recollection of an event. Therefore, while interesting, scientists require more than personal stories. They need physical evidence that can be independently verified and tested repeatedly under controlled conditions. Section 7. Famous footprints, notable expeditions and encounters. Many dedicated individuals and groups have actively searched for Bigfoot over the decades. Some of these searches and the people involved have become quite famous in the field of cryptozoology. Peter Byrne is one of the most well-known early Bigfoot hunters. He began his investigations in the late 1950s and 1960s. He led numerous expeditions, particularly in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States. He meticulously collected many footprint casts and interviewed countless witnesses. His persistent work helped to popularize the search and inspired many others to join the quest. Dr. Grover Krantz was a respected professor of physical anthropology at Washington State University. He became deeply convinced that Bigfoot was a real living primate. He dedicated a significant part of his career to studying purported Bigfoot evidence. He analyzed footprint casts with scientific rigor, focusing on anatomical details. He believed these details showed clear signs of a large bipedal primate unknown to science. Dr. Krantz wrote several influential books outlining his theories. He was one of the few academics to publicly and consistently support the existence of Bigfoot. Another famous and often recounted event is the Ape Canyon incident. This alleged encounter took place in July 1924. A group of 5 gold miners claimed they were attacked by several large ape-like creatures. They said these creatures threw rocks and boulders at their cabin for hours. This dramatic event supposedly occurred in a canyon near Mount St. Helens in Washington State. The story of Ape Canyon became a classic tale in Bigfoot lore. It contributed to the creature's often fearsome and mysterious reputation among the public. Modern expeditions in search of Bigfoot now employ a range of new technologies. Searchers often use thermal imaging cameras to detect heat signatures at night, and they deploy sensitive audio recording equipment to capture unusual vocalizations. Motion-activated trail cameras are also commonly used. Organizations like the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, or BFRO, conduct organized expeditions and research projects. They continue the systematic search for definitive proof of Bigfoot's existence. The ongoing dedication of these groups highlights the enduring passion surrounding this elusive creature. Section 8. Bigfoot in popular culture. From myth to icon, Bigfoot is much more than just an unsolved mystery or a subject for researchers. It has firmly established itself as a prominent icon in popular culture. The image and idea of Bigfoot can be seen almost everywhere. It appears in numerous movies, television shows, documentaries, and books. Sometimes Bigfoot is portrayed as a frightening monster of the woods. At other times, it is depicted as a gentle, shy, or misunderstood being. This wide range of portrayals demonstrates how deeply Bigfoot fascinates people from all walks of life. Children's literature frequently features Bigfoot or Sasquatch characters. In many of these stories, Bigfoot is presented as a friendly and kind creature. It often teaches valuable lessons about nature, conservation, and friendship. These books help to introduce the legend of Bigfoot to new, younger generations. They do so in a playful and non-threatening way. This ensures that Bigfoot remains a familiar and intriguing figure in the cultural landscape. He becomes a character known from an early age. Bigfoot also makes frequent appearances in advertising and marketing campaigns. Various companies use the image of Bigfoot to promote and sell their products. These products range from items like beef jerky and camping gear to services like car insurance. This commercial use highlights how instantly recognizable and widely known the figure of Bigfoot has become. It has transformed into a powerful symbol of the wild, the untamed, or something mysterious and intriguing. Its image is remarkably versatile and adaptable for different purposes. Festivals, conferences, and gatherings dedicated to Bigfoot are held in various parts of North America. At these events, enthusiasts and researchers come together. They share personal stories, present potential evidence, and discuss theories. They also listen to presentations from guest speakers. These events foster a strong sense of community among those interested in the subject. They clearly demonstrate that Bigfoot is an important and engaging topic for many people. It has evolved into a shared cultural interest and a notable social phenomenon. Section 9. The enduring enigma. Why Bigfoot still roams our minds. The mystery of Bigfoot continues to hold a powerful fascination for us year after year. Why does this particular enigma endure for so long, captivating new generations? One primary reason is the persistent lack of a definitive answer. There is currently no universally accepted scientific proof that Bigfoot exists. However, there is also no absolute final proof that definitively rules out its existence entirely. This ongoing state of uncertainty and ambiguity keeps the debate alive and well. It allows for continued speculation. Our planet's wild places are gradually shrinking due to human development. Despite this, vast areas of dense forest and remote wilderness still exist. Many of these regions, particularly in North America, are sparsely populated and difficult to explore thoroughly. It seems plausible to many people that a large, intelligent, and elusive animal could potentially remain hidden in these untamed environments. This tantalizing possibility fuels the hope of an eventual discovery. It makes the idea of Bigfoot seem credible and believable to a significant number of individuals. Bigfoot connects us to a profound sense of wonder and the unknown. In a modern world that often feels completely explained by science and technology, mysteries like Bigfoot are increasingly attractive. The creature represents the possibility that there are still great secrets hidden from us. It challenges our current understanding of the natural world and our place within it. This challenge is exciting for many. It encourages us to think about what else might be out there, waiting to be found. The search for Bigfoot is also at its heart a very human story. It is a story about innate human curiosity and unwavering determination. It reflects our deep-seated desire to explore the unknown frontiers, and it embodies the persistent hope of finding something truly amazing and unexpected. As long as there are wild, unexplored places on Earth, and as long as human beings possess their natural curiosity, the mystery of Bigfoot will likely continue to endure. It will carry on capturing our collective imagination for years to come.